Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll be taking a look at the Pnso Dinosaur Museum, Cameron the Tyrannosaurus. Some collectors were hoping that Pnso would release a new T-Rex with the more accurate smaller scales, since the Winter Wilson figure had exaggerated larger scales. Of course, it would be a thing with the release of Cameron, though it didn't spark as much excitement as Winter Wilson for a couple of reasons. For one, it didn't have lips, and there was a recent study that theropods did indeed possess lips. And second, the retail price of $80, which was $10 more than the previous Rex. But personally, I don't mind the lack of lips since we've got other great T-Rex figures with lips. And AliExpress had a sale going on back in May, which is another reason why I bought this. So let's waste no time and see if Pnso's new T-Rex was worth the wait. Excluding the clear stand and those unnecessary amount of posters, you get one accessory, which is this cool looking T-Rex skull. I really like how it's sculpted. You can see it looks like it's been crushed, and there's neat sandy dry brushing all over it. From head to tail, this T-Rex is about 14 inches long. As for height, he's a little over 4 inches tall at the hips. So Tyrannosaurus Rex was estimated to be around 40 to 43 feet in real life, so this figure would be in the 135 to the 137 scale range. Starting off with the head sculpt, it is absolutely wonderful, even without lips. You can see that there's larger scales around the tip of the snout and the two crests. The skull is appropriately robust, which is what T-Rex was known for. It allows for that super powerful bite force. Opening up the jaw. Great details inside of the mouth, especially with the pink dry brushing and the glossy finish. And the teeth are huge. Going down the figure, there's the ear hole. And that lovely small scalation. I could go on hours about this detailing. It is so beautiful. I'm glad that Pnso switched from the exaggerated large scales to these more natural looking small bird-like scales. And of course, the skin folds on the neck and around the torso and tail are a very nice touch. And there's T-Rex's tiny arms. Despite being proportionally small, you can see how robust they are. Going down to the underbelly, it possesses just as much detailing. Then there's the muscular legs. We have the feet, which appear to have the bird-like scales on them. And going down to the tail, there's the musculature, which shows how heavy this tail was. And on the underside, of course, you've got the cloaca. And here's a quick look of the T-Rex from the other side. Despite Cameron being a male T-Rex, Pnso actually based this off of Sue, which was one of the largest T-Rexes ever discovered. Probably explains why this model is larger than the Winter Wilson. The paint job is more or less similar to the Winter Wilson T-Rex. The most obvious difference is, of course, Cameron is significantly darker, which I prefer. I like darker colors on dinosaurs. So let's talk about the coloration itself. You've got the striping up here, which seems to be a brownish gray. The main color is your standard brown, and the underbelly is a sandy color with some brown highlights. Starting off with our comparisons, of course, we gotta bring in the Winter Wilson Rex from 2021. And you can see that Wilson scales are significantly more visible. The scales aren't the only difference, of course. You can see that Cameron's a lot darker and a lot more robust. One advantage of Wilson, I have to say, is that he has much better paint applications, especially when it comes to the crest and the teeth. But other than that, yes, I do prefer Cameron. Here are some of the other Pnso Tyrannosaurids. So we've got the Zuchengtyrannus, the Chianzausaurus, the Lythornax, the Eutyrannus, and the Tarbosaurus. I ordered the Gorgosaurus a couple of days ago, and that one should be arriving next week. And I didn't pick up the Daspletosaurus and the Albertosaurus. I really don't like the way those two look. The Daspletosaurus is too lanky, and the Albertosaurus looks too much like a dragon. Here is the updated Pnso Giganotosaurus, and you can see how tiny he is in comparison. Here is the Maraxus, beautiful sculpt with an amazing paint job. And here is the equally beautiful Pnso Mapusaurus. These three Carcharodontosaurids are some of my favorite Pnso dinosaurs. Let's bring in a couple more theropods. So we've got the Acrocanthosaurus, the Allosaurus, the Torvosaurus, and lastly, the Spinosaurus. Given that Pnso updated their T-Rex, Giganotosaurus, and Triceratops, I'm hoping that in the future they would give us a big Spinosaurus. Now let's do some herbivores. So let's start off with T-Rex's contemporaries. Here is the ever-popular Triceratops, also considered to be T-Rex's nemesis, and these two look fantastic next to each other. Next is the robust Torosaurus, and here is the Ankylosaurus. Despite this one being from Pnso's earlier days, it still holds up to be one of their best ever models. Next, we have the Pnso Parasaurolophus, one of my all-time favorite ornithopod models. And here is the Pnso Therizinosaurus. I do wish that this one was a little bit larger. And lastly, for the Pnso herbivores, here is the Dinosaurus. Lovely paint job on this one. Now let's bring in the spectacular Howlongan Apatosaurus and Dacenturus. Howlongan is basically a better version of Pnso. Their models are equally detailed and accurate, but much more affordable. Like, despite this Apatosaurus being twice the size of this T-Rex, they are around the same price, which is just insane. And this Dacenturus cost, I think, about $16 or $17. A Pnso dinosaur of this size would probably be around $30. Now here's an exciting comparison, the Pnso T-Rex next to the stunning Rexes from Beasts of the Mesozoic and Rebor. This one is still the definitive T-Rex for me. It's 1/35 scale, the detailing is beautiful, the red coloration, and of course, the posability options. Second place, I'll give it to the Rebor Rex. I just love the robustness and how lifelike it looks. Cameron is number 3. I just wish he had lips though. I cannot wait for the upcoming Eofauna Tyrannosaurus. Last but not least, here is the Collectaxiphacinus and the Collectaminixiphacinus. Well, there you have it everyone. That was my review on the Pnso Dinosaur Museum, Cameron, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I'm going to give him a 9.5 out of 10. Overall, very impressive model. Despite him not having lips, Pnso still did a great job with the scientific accuracy and showing how powerfully built the T-Rex was. If you want one for yourself, you can get it off of Amazon or AliExpress. Maybe wait for a sale to happen because as much as I like this figure, it is not worth $80. So if you guys enjoyed this review, leave a comment down below, like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. And I'll see you all in the next video.